Hey everybody, and welcome to Great. God damn it, Cab.
You didn't do the 1, 2, 3. Fuck off.
If I'm quiet, that means I'm about to.
That means you have nothing to say.
So that means one of like three things: either you're being quiet, or you're gone to the donut dimension again.
Yeah, it means a lot of things, man. You gotta like.
Yeah.
I think last night was the only time I got a clean. Welcome to Great 5. So
whatever, you don't need it.
Whatever. Welcome to Great Point Live, everybody. There's Jordan and Piper and Cab. I don't even care anymore.
Hello, everyone.
Wow, dude. Don't even care.
Don't even care. I'm just done with life.
Broken Wayne's spirit. It's a fucking sad day.
I'm just fucking broken right now, dude. Yeah.
What's as broken is Gail Simone's career.
Oof.
Yeah. Which is more? Yeah, I was about to say which is more broke, you or Gail Simone's writing?
Well, I actually have coherency, so obviously Gail.
It's debatable.
What do you mean debatable? When have I ever not been coherent?
I'm gonna fucking debate it right now, dude. On stream.
The
halls of debate.
You are right not now. John Kelly, and you can get the fuck out.
I'm Cab Rose.
Oh man.
All right, so what's the streams about today? What are we doing?
Well, we're talking about the best way not to promote your comic book, which is coming across like creators like trying to get in good with them, and then when things you don't like happen, you try to break off from it, but in doing that breaking off, why are you echoing so badly? Holy shit.
Because I like to echo.
Well, then you need to stop that shit.
Yeah, I was wondering where that fucking echo was coming from.
All right, is it gone now?
Yeah. Okay.
All right. I think I had my thing up to that.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway,
we're the only ones watching.
That's good for you because I'm not even watching. I'm
not watching either.
I'm chilling right now.
Oh shit! I should probably help with that, shouldn't I?
But no, so basically they say they're going to just like they're going to quit a hashtag because, you quit hashtags apparently. Got to pretend to your resignation. Apparently it was a 2-week notice on that resignation because...
Yeah, you got to come with their benefits first. And
Yeah. And then, because every day they were talking about like why they were leaving the hashtag and, I'm like, you said you were leaving, just go. Be gone. Bye. Don't talk about it no more.
Now, here, I would say here's my take on it: is that they were just there. These are one of the people that kind of got it, like saw the hashtags. Oh, this is my chance to like make some money.
Mm-hmm.
Like same with the Gamergate shit, where there's a million people trying to do the same thing, and then all of a sudden, when people are like, "Oh, we're not gonna help you make money because that's not what we're doing. We're not here to show your bullshit." It's like, oh, wait a minute. You guys are assholes now. I can't be associated with you. You gross harassers. What are you doing? Trying to get in with the other people thinking they're going to pay the bills all of a sudden. And it usually never works out that way.
Without knowing too much about it, you've pretty much summed it up.
Wow, it's like it's almost happened before. And
yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking amazing how this works, doesn't it?
Well, that was it. Stream over.
Yeah.
All right, let's get drunk.
I figured it out later, guys.
All right. Early night. Let's
You'd be here.
Let's see. Darkman Nick Edgeface, who is Xavier, put in Cab and Echo. And then this stealth Cab person put in Gail and Echo.
Stealth Cab is my alt.
I would have never thought that it would be your alt with the name Cab in the thing.
I just had to it's when I want to be secret.
No.
Put stealth in it, so you can't tell.
Super
It's like in the name of Stealth Fighter, you can't see it because of the name.
Right.
Oh, is that how that works?
Yeah, none of that bullshit on it. It's like that's all fucking fairy dust.
And another thing that when you're quitting hashtags and things like that, it's probably not a good idea.
To be a complete dick about it?
Well, that's a good one. No doubt.
Alienate every motherfucker possible?
Yeah, but also don't get your husband to go on Twitter and act like a complete fool.
All right, now I don't know anything about that shit. Like, what did he
Okay.
do?
So for one thing, he started like trolling around. I found this out, but somebody pointed this out to me the other day, and I said, "Well, that's interesting." For somebody who wants, whose wife wants to get into the comic book industry,
Right?
he was going around saying, even before all this stuff happened, he was saying that like 70%, 75% of all comic book people are idiots.
Okay.
And stuff like that.
I mean, he's not wrong.
Well,
He's
do you really want to alienate your audience when you're trying to, when
yeah,
you're,
like even if you,
I
that's
was
the
saying,
thing.
if your
like,
wife is trying to shill her stuff, though,
Even if you
probably
hate
don't
your-
want to say that.
yeah, even if you hate your audience, it's generally not a good idea to go around saying it.
mm-hmm. And then today, because last night, fuck it, just say her name, Mindy Wheeler. Mindy Wheeler did a stream where she said, "I'm going to show you all the DMs you asked for." By the way, nobody asked for these DMs. Just to be real, I think what it was.
I didn't see anybody ask for them.
I think.
Oh
what
no,
it
man!
is-
Going based on her tweets, she seemed to be inundated with everybody fucking asking, but I didn't see anything. I'm just gonna throw
I
it out
think the
there.
key word is, somebody saying, "If it's true, show me some receipts." And I think we
Right,
can all
yeah,
agree with
yeah.
that because we dealt with that bullshit. I mean, look, statement time. As somebody who who went through GamerGate, if you ain't bringing receipts, I ain't listening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we've all
And
had
that's
that
just the-
situation where it's like, oh, they said this and they said that, and I got proof. All right, pony up.
Let's see it. Yeah, let's
Well,
see it.
I don't have to show you because blah, blah. I was like, well, then I don't have to believe you then because you're not showing me this proof that you claim to have.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
fuck right off,
And so, all right. So, what are these DMs supposed to have shown?
Okay, one of the DMs is this. She got it about. Okay, there's this writer in Comicsgate. His name is Nasser Rabadi, and he wrote the book. What's it called? Stardust, and he's also the writer for Brutus the Badass. And
All right. So he's connected to EVS. Is what you're saying?
yeah, he's kind of connected to EVS. Yeah. But he.
Oh
he-
wait, Bruce, no, I'm thinking of Rainbow Brute. Never mind.
Yeah, Rainbow Brute's different. Yeah, Brutus the Badass is a different.
Yeah.
That's Donald DeLay
Okay.
and him.
Yeah.
And but the thing is like, what's really I'll get to the funny part in a minute. Okay, but in the DMs, she was reading. By the way, she was reading them out. She wasn't showing them.
Oh.
She was
So
on
she could be
webcam
making up
and,
anything.
and reading out DMs. And the DM was saying, "Watch out for that Nasser guy." Now, everything I've seen of this Nasser guy, in my personal interactions and seeing him on streams and stuff, seems just like a nice guy. He's kind of, I don't awkward. Because it took him a long time to get into kind of that promotional mode. Like, if you got a book. Yeah.
Are you saying he might be a creepy thirster? So it's
No,
going
no, nothing like that. Nothing like that. Let's not make this situation worse, guys.
Look,
Cam,
Nasser-
stop projecting.
Yeah.
if you can be creepy and thirsty in my DMs, it's fine. I won't tell anyone.
Yeah. But be sure to include dick pics when you.
I mean, I will
Dicks are
post
required.
those, so don't do that.
Peace out.
But the whole thing was, they said watch out for this Nasser guy, and when she talked to him, she kind of found, what she had said was like I found kind of the opposite. He just seems like a nice guy. He's kind of awkward a little bit, and that's kind of what I got from it, because he's the, if you ever watch EVS's stream, he's always the kick Nasser guy. Like if he's in there, like the
Kick
crowd,
Nasser. Anytime-
the chat's always going kick Nasser because he's there, just kick him,
Yeah.
And sometimes they'll do it just like I kicked him, I kicked him out.
It's fair.
But no, I'm laughing because it's so absurd. So this is how they linked it to him being, not what he seems. Somebody posted a DM chat, which it could be made up, it could be not, but whatever, of him saying that he's like a left-leaning guy. And he's basically saying, I'm left-leaning, but if Comicsgate was right-leaning, I wouldn't be, if this was a so-called right-leaning, thing where we're trying to inject right-leaning politics, I wouldn't be involved because I'm more left-leaning, right?
Yeah, because the usual knock is, oh, it's just a bunch of alt-right Russian troll bots.
Right, exactly. Yeah, so
That kind of shit.
he's saying being
Got about incels.
being a left-leaning person, he's just saying, oh, that doesn't make sense because I'm here, kind of thing,
All right.
And so the response, this is how, the Wheelers determined that he's not what he seems. is that saying, what context do you need other than watching Nasser say he leans left? How can you be a Democrat in Comicsgate? He's playing you all. Now I want to make another point about this.
It's a
Nasser is
trap.
one of like 3 people who have already fulfilled a project.
Mhm.
So if he's like playing people, he's doing a bad job about it.
Yeah, he's like, man, I paid this guy money and he provided me a product. That son of a bitch.
Right? How dare he?
Got played, son.
Not only kick Nasser, but fuck Nasser for doing his job.
Yeah.
That asshole.
Yeah,
Fucking hate him.
What a fucking idiot. Yeah.
Nasser 1v1 me in the halls of debate right now over your fulfillment of your project promises.
We'll send you an invite right now so you can get
Yeah.
this going.
Son of a bitch. Who do you think you are doing your job like that?
What a fucking prick.
Right?
Fucking hate Nasser
People
now.
gave him money and he gave them a fucking product. But you know what? See, this is why late stage capitalism is a fucking
Yeah,
problem.
we need Bernie Sanders right now.
Yeah,
this is
look, socialism is very important.
Yeah.
When you know,
All right, so their whole gist is that because he admits that he's kind of a commie, but somehow that means he's not a Comic Gates person.
Yeah, because people say, well, Comicsgate's job is to get SJWs out of comics. I was like, well,
is it
not
though?
all Democrats are. Well, just to get it, Democrats are not SJWs.
Right.
I mean, they're horrible people, but they're not SJWs.
I mean, I would say 90% of SJWs are probably Democrats,
Yeah.
but that doesn't mean all Democrats are SJWs, because we know of
Yeah.
Republicans who I would call SJWs just for the
Yeah.
other side.
John Dallas.
Yeah. I mean, can we talk about Bill Crystal? No, I'm kidding.
You talk about how Weekly Standard is going out of business.
Yeah, good job,
Saw that,
big
right?
guy. You ran your paper into the ground because you didn't like Trump. Good job. But
Orange man bad.
yes. Orange man bad. Orange man make me go out of business. Like, oh yeah, he made you go out of business. All right, there.
So I got a serious question though.
Yeah, sure, bud.
Which is worse, Orange Man or Frog Man?
Dude, at this point, I think Frogman, because apparently EVS is just like ruling the universe.
I think,
and
from
deciding.
what I've heard, he killed Jews. Like, that's how bad he is.
Yeah.
I can't believe it either. It's like, wow.
So he's Frog Hitler then.
Yeah,
Pretty much.
pretty
Yeah.
much. I mean, come
He's not just Frog Man. He's like Super Frog Hitler at this point.
on. Super Frog.
Yeah.
Who knew a man making a comic was the worst thing you could do with your life?
This son of a bitch is so evil that he draws pictures for people for money.
And you say,
Yeah, anybody who does that's a fucking prick.
Yeah, like Hitler was an artist. I'm just saying.
On the connecting line.
Just put it out there.
now, here's another example of Mike Wheeler, who's Mindy Wheeler's husband. Where, by the way, most of this stuff is provided by that Umbrella guy. So thanks, Umbrella guy.
You go follow him on Twitter because he'll slide up in your DMs. He's cool.
Well, I tried to slide up in his DMs.
I mean, if you got like big titties or something, he probably will.
So Piper, I need
Cool.
you to go and
Piper, go do that.
Okay. I'll get him to come on the stream.
say hey, Tug. Oh, that's interesting.
That picture is very tiny.
I can fix that.
Yeah, it's like a screenshot for ants too. Come on, man.
How's that? Once it catches up.
Yeah, it's like catch up a little bit.
Let's see if how it looks on the thing. Yeah, that's plenty big.
Yeah.
There we go. Now I
Okay.
can read it.
Okay, so he's,
Oh yeah, I read this.
so the thing is, I'll explain what's significant about this when he quote teases this guy. But what's really funny is what he says. Yeah, well, I don't care if half the shit you do is made up. I'm with you. I'm going to burn these assholes to the ground.
Like,
Yeah, that's the thing about a lot of this shit is like there's like crossover of just
You're making shit up. I don't care.
yeah. That's where like I don't really care
Okay.
what you have to say, but
he just
I-
doesn't. He hasn't really mastered the language yet. Uh,
No, I think he's literally saying he doesn't even care if it's real or not. I'm just, I'm with you, even though you're a liar. You get what I'm saying now?
yeah.
Yeah, he's just like, And
And
so,
this is the husband of the one lady that's trying to get into comics and
yeah,
that kind of thing, right?
right.
Right.
And
Eh,
and of course, reading the air quotes would appear. Um,
you
is
need to get on that.
yeah, yeah. His claim to fame is the fact that I can't even call it insulted. It was a very vile thing that he said to Darwin Cook's widow. And Darwin Cook was, he was an artist, and passed away, last year, I believe. And he was doing that, and he later admitted to doing it to start shit. He was literally doing it. He was claiming he was Comicsgate, but he wasn't. He said he was doing, I guess he was doing 24-hour gay ops.
Yeah. Is this one of those guys that does ops on the internet?
Yes,
of thing?
yes, he's one of those people.
Fucking.
Yeah, he tries to get into the DM groups, so he can get the screenshots and look how terrible
Jesus
these people
Christ.
are. And some of the shit he shows is like, no, that's not even that bad.
That's the funny. Yeah, that's the funny shit about like most of the people that do these internet.
Yes, we know how easy it is to make up a DM tweet.
Yeah, we would do it all the time.
Yeah, I mean, we got
hard.
remember we got an entire tweet chain of Matt Myers telling Ace what he was doing to some woman. And Ace just saying, "Mr. Myers, I'm trying to sleep."
Yeah, he sat there, wrote that for like 5 minutes.
Yeah. It was just it's bants, it's memes. It's like whatever. But this guy's like trying to pass this shit off as like for real.
Yeah,
and then trying to claim victimhood.
yeah. I mean, one thing I get if you're doing it and you're part of like an account that works for I don't know, DC or some major corporation or something like that.
Right.
Yeah, you probably shouldn't be doing that kind of shit on your account that's associated. But if it's like some dumb shit posting private account that's not connected to you in any way,
Right.
then whatever. It's like you posting, fucking Pepe memes or whatever. Who cares?
Right. Exactly. So yeah, so that's that situation. He's not above believing, like going along with liars as long as they lie for him. Like lie for what he believes in, kind of thing.
As long as it benefits his story or whatever.
Yeah. Now here's the thing. I don't have this tweet quote. I don't have the tweet, but he said something has been going on for a month and a half about how she wants to get published by Image.
Yeah, then you could say that the comics, but
yeah. But still,
I actually have I bought an Image book recently, so I can't talk too much shit.
But what I'm
they
saying,
published it, but
yeah. But what I'm saying is
this.
Yeah,
right.
He is going to ruin any chance you ever get this book published, right? Because guess what? Saying shit like we don't need Democrats in Comicsgate, even saying that, you know who runs these publishing houses? Fucking liberals.
Yeah, like
who's going to publish you now? Pat Robertson?
Yeah, there's a very this comic book industry is extremely small. There's like maybe 50 people that actually run the damn thing.
Yeah.
If that, you could say running like these people that write on, fucking Squirrel Girl or something. People who no one cares about. They technically run it because it's all like their little in group.
Yeah. Now you're looking at somebody who probably before all this wilding out had the potential to make at least $30,000, probably $50,000 on a Indiegogo campaign to get her book published because people seem to like her stuff, and she seemed sensible and didn't act like an idiot. And now she's acting like an idiot.
Yeah. So not only did you alienate people that would potentially fund your comic, now you're alienating people that will potentially publish your comic in print.
Mm-hmm. By the way, also very, very, very not smart person. They fell for that whole SJWs don't read comics hashtag. That I pointed out was a bunch of bullshit, considering who was fomenting that and everything. Yeah, she
was that one of those fucking ops people were doing?
Not really an op. It was just stirring shit up.
Yeah, okay.
And like stir shit up, faux outrage kind of thing. It's like, hey, let's make some outrage out of nothing kind of thing.
I mean, it's not like the hashtag sounds like not technically wrong.
The point is, I think what people were saying is, yeah, you might buy comics. This segment might buy comics, but there is a much larger segment of NPCs that complain about this shit, about like wanting inclusion and this and that and the other, and never.
Yeah, it's like all the ones or her like white knighting fucking Captain Marvel now, but it's like you didn't even know who Captain Marvel was 2 weeks ago. And most people who like comics don't even like either don't like Captain Marvel because she sucks, or don't even know who the hell that is because they don't read that shit. Because she's such a terrible character.
Honestly, my favorite part was when they were posting pictures of how they totally buy comics, and none of them were individual issues. And
they were all trades.
If you're waiting until a trade comes out, then if that story got canceled because nobody was buying it, you weren't helping. Like
That's true.
by waiting.
I mean, by that logic, I'm part of the problem because I always fucking wait until the trade comes out.
I like waiting until the trade comes out. But what I'm saying is, like, they can't bitch about things getting canceled from low sales if they're also waiting. Like,
okay, I get you there.
Yeah, like I give you. Yeah, they're not the hard. Like, I'm not a hardcore comics guy. I will buy a trade paperback on the individual.
Yeah, I'm poor, and I like getting them in trades because I don't like having to buy like 5 different series in order to put together one story. Like, and trying to find the pieces of the story. I like it when they put it together for me. But you know, they're all doing the same thing, and then going, "Why'd they cancel this book?" Well.
You didn't buy it.
You're not. Yeah, like you didn't even go out and buy it. So
well, for example,
the ones that they were like hardly any of them actually had like the SJW version comics. They had like other stuff.
Well, it's funny. You know that book, that Vertigo book that came out recently. Was it Border Town?
Oh yeah, the thing that everybody fucking hated.
Yeah. Like this one guy.
Wasn't that book like unironically racist, but like on accident?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah,
I want to buy it right now.
The guy like basically put every racial stereotype he could think of in the book without realizing that's not it, Chief.
Yeah.
But no, so I think it was Yellow Flash said that he went into his local comic store to buy the latest issue of Border Town, and the guy who runs it said, "Yeah, I'm not bringing that shit in here anymore." See, that's what happens when it's bad to start with. You're eventually just not going to get it, you know, and then that pretty much makes it runs to the end of the book because nobody wanted that bullshit. And by the way, I'm really upset. Just as an aside, I'm really upset that Vertigo has now become the SJW stomping ground.
It has or hasn't?
It is current.
Well, it's like the indie. I mean, aren't all the indie shits kind of the same? Like,
yeah, but Vertigo was always like, the Hellblazer, Swamp Thing, Preacher, kind of, it was like the adult label for DC, And now it's just bullshit labels. Like, here's Border Town, here's a book by Zoe Quinn.
Wait, what?
Oh, you didn't know? Yeah,
I forgot all about that.
Yeah, she's doing because she's such a cyberpunk. She's doing a cyberpunk book. She probably has nothing to do
Sailor Moon story.
Yeah, it sounds fucking terrible.
Yeah,
it's gonna be all the shitty part about cyberpunk that no one likes, mixed with other crap no one likes.
By the way,
none of it good.
I'm gonna say we don't have nothing to worry about because if it's anything like her game projects, it'll never come out. Hey.
That's what I'm saying. It'll never happen. They just announced it just to put her name on something.
Yeah, Goddess Mode. That's what it's called. It's called Goddess Mode.
And yeah, it's one of the same.
I think the artist is the guy who showed Ethan Van Sciver his butthole.
Oh, that fucking guy! Jesus Christ!
Wait, so I get it. I get jobs like bullshit ones. I'm showing Ethan Van Sciver my ball sack right now. Hold on. I got something for you.
Undefined Legacy said self-insert galore, talking about Goddess Mode.
Yeah, not really.
Oh, that's probably what it's going to be. Yeah, because she calls herself cyber because she's wired. She has a fucking like RFID chip in her arm or some bull. Or no, not even that. It's a USB drive.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. You have a USB drive in your skin. That's really cyberpunk. That's just stupid.
Yeah. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna put a USB drive in my dick. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm gonna hack this mainframe with my dick. But instead of it's like how RoboCop has that spike where he
the spike where
you should switch your dick into the computer.
Well, Wayne, we need to throw that idea into the idea pile.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah.
See
for the little project we're working on.
For that thing we sent me. That thing we sent me. Yeah, that's a.
Gotta have a dude with a fucking USB drive dick. It doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
But if anybody calls him on it, he'll go, "Fuck you, transhumanism."
Right. I just want to see him like there'll be a scene of him just like banging a mainframe.
Yeah, that's what happens. It's like he says like, all right, I gotta interface with this mainframe, and he just accidentally just starts fucking it.
Bam, 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 bam. What the fuck?
And the guy, like, the engineer is like, did you just bang my mainframe? Like, yeah.
And when he's got like he's like drools coming out of his mouth because it was so good to him. He's like, yeah.
Yeah, he's sweating and shit. and on the mainframe, you can put that like the anime like blushing shit on it. Be good.
Fucking Christ.
I'm loving this already. What do you think, Jordan? That's
I'm
right. All right, I'm writing it down.
Already sounds like a way better comic than Goddess Mode. So.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Maybe I could pitch Zoe Quinn the idea, and she'll put it in there.
Oh man, that's a.
She did like my 2B butthole picture one time, so I talked about it.
Did she talk about it?
Yeah, she was in the thread when it was still up.
I didn't know that.
No, she was in it.
Oh god, you remember what she said?
I think it was something like "What in the hell" or something, some kind of thing like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I forget. It was 2 years ago or something now.
Yeah. She's just.
I can't remember.
What I found funny, if in case anybody knows, if you remember, there was a thing going around about 2B from Near Automata. There was this image going around of her, of
her rendered butthole in the demo of the game.
In the game, even though it wasn't really, it was a 4chan meme.
Yeah,
but Cab took it upon himself to post it on Twitter.
And here's the thing,
and all he said was, "What do you say? Near Automata's 2B has butthole." That was it, right?
Yeah, that's all I said. It was like 3 a.m. and it was a throwaway shit post, and all of a sudden I get fucking Polygon writing an article about it. It's like,
what?
Yeah.
So my favorite part about that was how they hot linked it.
It's not there anymore.
Fucking morons.
No, yeah, but when I found out they hot linked that account, I basically took screen caps and goofed on them because when you hot link, it changes like your avatar in your name. Mm-hmm. To what it currently is.
Yep.
So I had
like, I will eat your ass.
I will eat your ass. Polygon sucks. LOL. And then I had like a bunch of Matt Myers avatars. So yeah. So I don't know if I have the Kappa might have them. I don't know.
I'm sure Kappa's got them.
He's got them somewhere. Yeah, but I don't have those pictures anymore.
Kappa's our personal archivist.
Yeah, he's our go-to man for that shit.
Yeah. So, yeah, that was a fun time. I can't believe
that time.
What sucks is because that account's gone now, so it'll never.
That was legit. What I was like, I don't really care.
Yeah,
but
if you were going to be upset about something, that would be it, right?
Like, it slightly pisses me off.
Yeah, that part of that article is gone forever.
Yeah,
well, that's what they get for fucking hot linking it instead of just taking a screenshot, dumb idiots,
Right?
I'm sure it's archived. I guarantee you it's archived somewhere.
Oh yeah,
it has to be.
You can find it if you really wanted to.
I'm sure people wanted to preserve that shit.
That's good.
It's just that, like I said, it was. I wonder how the guy who, the person. I say guy, but I wonder the person who made it. I wonder how they feel that you got the credit for all that shit.
Oh, they made the picture, and I just shit posted it randomly at 2 a.m. Yeah. They're asking me like, where did I get the picture? And I said, I had it on Good Authority. I was just like bullshitting with them.
I have it on Good Authority.
Yeah, I got it. I know where it came from. It's authentic. I was just bullshitting in the thread for a little while.
Yeah, because then you have like one guy. Oh yeah, there's one guy who he wrote a piece on it, and I gave him shit. I was like, if you're gonna talk about it, you need to quote tweet. You need to actually.
Yeah. I was like, add me, you coward.
Yeah, and so he actually DM'd you, right?
No, he never did.
I think one of them did. He said yeah, man.
Oh yeah, one guy. Yeah, I got it was some. I don't know who. I forget.
You basically told him it was just a goof, dude.
Yeah, like he was trying to give me his long thing, and it's like, dude, it was just a fucking funny picture.
Yeah.
There's no real thought behind it.
And then later that article comes as an update. The Twitter account said that it was just a goof.
Twitter account said just a LOL.
LOL, you mad scrub?
Yeah.
Anyway, all right, back on topic. Now the key with this, one thing about the Wheelers is they always complained about this situation where they owned a comic book shop, and they said they were planning this event, and the event fell through because the people found out that they were, conservative, and so everybody just shit on them and everything like that. So you can't, we're not coming to your event, fuck you, kind of thing. Talking about the event organizers pulled out and all that stuff, right?
Right.
Well,
turns out none of that was real.
Well, it's just, I'll make this big because it's very small. Seems that Rob Liefeld, our our favorite artist,
patron saint of Graded Point 5.
Yeah,
our fucking buddy.
He posted this back in December 2016, and I'll read it. A public service announcement for professionals that do comic conventions. I've been contacted by several pros and their reps who have been contacted by a guy named Mike Wheeler, ? Who has misrepresented himself as being someone who purchased my buddy Jimmy J's Amazing Comic Convention in Arizona and is claiming to have retained Jimmy's services. Jimmy has no business association with this individual and did not sell his convention in Arizona. The Amazing Conventions have only 2 dates in 2017 in Las Vegas and Hawaii. I've received enough inquiries from folks who know I'm Jimmy's friend, and I want to stress that this individual has no ties whatsoever to Jimmy and his shows. Hope that helps clear things up.
Well, shit.
Yeah.
So the guy was saying that he had a convention or had some sort of thing going on at his comic shop, and he was parading around as Jimmy's convention, whatever.
Yeah.
Turns out, and then he got busted on it probably.
But he was saying, "Oh no, it was."
Yeah. Then he had to back out, and then he made the excuse of, "Oh, it was the liberals got me."
That would explain, because they always had a deep hatred for Rob Liefeld. I mean, deeper than just he has bad art. Like, he was just like, they kept, because he really.
Why would you hate? I don't even. Why? Aside real quick, why would you hate Liefeld just because he draws goofy sometimes?
Well, no. I'm just saying. I'm talking.
I know, but like, why would you in general?
No, they hate him because of this. Because he told the truth.
Yeah. Like, there's no logical reason to hate Rob Liefeld.
I mean, Rob Liefeld is. I mean, I can say it. Rob Liefeld's no friend to Comicsgate. He doesn't like it. That's fine. It's whatever. His prerogative.
Yeah, who cares?
But it's one of the things. I think that's one of the things that got Mindy and the hubby upset. Was like, I think it was a few weeks ago. Rob launched a Kickstarter to fund his one of his books to get printed and stuff like that. And people were just kind of like, "Hey, why not? It's Rob Liefeld." So people were giving it money. I think our boy Zach gave us some, help crowdfund it and everything like that. Was promoting it.
Well, because your boy Zach is a huge fan of '90s comics, and Rob Feld is '90s comics.
Yeah. That's I mean, yeah, some things are better, but you can say his style never changed, pretty much.
No, his shit nowadays it has better coloring because of the digital and all that stuff, but it's still fucking '90s as hell.
Oh yeah, definitely.
That's great.
Definitely, it's still pouches everywhere and pecs on pecs. I mean,
hell yeah.
I just think it's interesting that the comic artists, no matter what they think about Comicsgate, they've mostly all been way more chill.
Oh yeah.
The artists, yeah, because
I just think it's funny. It's like the artists, whether or not they like it, they're still at least pretty chill about it.
It's always the writers
and the writers are foaming at the mouth, like
Bill Sienkiewicz and people like that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just interesting to me.
I can tell you exactly why. The artists, they're where they want to be. They want to do comics.
Mm-hmm.
They're just happy to be drawn, fucking Spider-Man or something.
Mm-hmm.
The writers want to be writing books and influential pieces and all this shit in newspapers and stuff.
Beneath them, they see comic books as beneath them.
Yeah, they're just like comic books, sort of like video game journalists want to do the same thing, but they can.
I was just about to mention that
they can only get to video game journalism because they're such fucking failures. So that's the best they can do, and they're miserable.
Yeah,
and it's the same with comic book writers. They want to do movies and shit like that, but they can't quite get there.
To quote a conversation I had with Xavier earlier, who is what was the name in the chat? Darkman McEdgeface. Hope he don't mind it, but I showed him that tweet, with the public service announcement thing for my Liefeld, and he goes, "So if the pros show up thinking there's an event, then you can just dummy one up around them, trying to pull a Kilroy."
Right.
And he goes, "Not going to lie, as far as scams goes, this isn't bad. The only miscalculation here is that he clearly didn't realize that people all talk to each other regularly, and one's worth their salt don't interact with one another on Twitter in public. At least where I'm sitting, I'm sure there's a few more pieces I'm missing, but it's still pretty interesting. Basically, saying he didn't realize how close the industry is, like you say.
Yeah, like we said earlier, there's like 50 people that run it. It's like they all know each other.
Exactly. But Rob, you still can't draw feet. And Rob was like, "Where am I going? Comics don't need feet."
That's right. He should just draw like fucking jets on people's feet. They don't need feet anymore. This is the year 2018, man.
Just do what they did in the fucking, was it Star Fox? Like, just, they're just robot feet. So you don't have, you don't have to draw actual feet, just robot feet.
Yeah. Wasn't that the excuse that they use for why the feet look so fucking stupid and weird? Like, that's why they're so teeny.
Oh yeah,
They're just robot feet.
Yeah, there you go. It's funny, like,
because that's when like they made the fucking puppets, and people are like, "Why the fuck are those feet so small?" It's like, tragic R-wing accident. Those are robot feet now.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that was the whole thing. Like, the reason they have robot feet is because because the G diffusers or something like that, and it pulls so much G forces that the blood would literally spurt out of their feet.
Yeah. You know how you solve that?
Pressurized
fucking
cabins.
Robot feet.
Well, I was gonna say pressurized cabins, but what do I know, right?
The actual military wears pressurized flight suits for that.
Yeah. You pressurize anything, you don't get robot feet, all right?
It's true.
Well, the Air Force don't need robot feet, man.
Well, let me ask you, Cab, would you rather have a pressurized suit or would you have a robot feet?
I don't know.
I was going to say, now think about where your feet are. Right now.
I was going to say, the way the Cab's fucking body is, he probably wants robot everything at this point.
Yeah, I would replace everything. But the pressurized suit, I could pretend like it's my autism coat. and turn it on, right? It'd be like my weighted blanket on me at all times. Can't do that with feet, man. Come on. Wearing tight shoes sucks. It doesn't work.
Let me throw the boomer image up real quick. I was going to look something up real quick. So yeah, do we say can we kind of say that these people may be scam artists at this point?
Yeah, they're people that were trying to get in on the thing, thinking they're going to make, because they clearly were trying to do it before Comicsgate was a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then now they saw Comicsgate as, hey, wait a minute, here's what we can get that right wing money that everyone thinks they're always going to do whenever some of these things pop up.
Mm-hmm.
And they fucking failed, and then they're like, oh, these people are assholes. We can't deal with them. They're mean.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be associated with them. Trying to see if they can get on the other side. Realize that the other side doesn't fucking pay for anything. They don't. There's no business there to be had.
Right.
And then they lose because they're losers.
Yeah, nobody wants anything to do with them.
Pretty much. All right. Now, more importantly, do we get a hate on Gail Simone now?
Yeah, that's exactly where I was heading.
Hell yeah.
Cap was waiting for that shit.
I mean, I don't even read any of her stuff, but
she's just she's not a nice person. In all honesty,
yeah.
No, like, I mean, to be fair, the only really stuff I've heard about, well, I've seen her just like public Twitter shit, and she comes off as like a royal bitch.
Yeah.
Dude, she's so bad. I blocked her.
Yeah, not only like a royal bitch, does she think she's one of those people that's like too smart for the room kind of thing?
Oh yeah, yeah.
But she's like so dumb. It hurts.
I mean,
but and also the Ethan Van Sciver stories, it makes it seem like she's just a fucking wreck to deal
with. Yeah. I mean, well, we'll get into that in a minute. Let's show what we're talking about. Oh man, these images are so small in here.
So yeah, did she do something specific today that was like just off the wall dumb or?
Yeah, you know that person, that Dickie Myers that they don't want to talk about anymore. They keep saying, "Oh, we're just not going to talk about him anymore," but they keep talking about him.
Dickie Myers.
Richard Meyer, Zach.
Oh,
that's what they call him, is Dickie Myers. Yeah.
Oh, they call him. That's their name for him. That's the best they can do.
Yeah, that's the best they can do.
That's their version of Orange Man for him.
Yeah.
Oh God.
It's funny because they call like Ethan. They call him Grunkle Ethan.
Grunkle.
Grunkle. Yeah. It's a thing.
With an R.
GR
Oh, Grunkle. That's
Yeah.
that is such goon bullshit, dude. Oh, God. That sounds like $10 cucks all the way.
Yeah. Well, what it came from? What was that show? Disney show. God bless.
And then narrows it down.
Yeah. Well, it was,
right.
it has that Cal Art style. I know it didn't narrow it down either.
Is it Uncle Grandpa?
No. That's a Cartoon Network.
It's just as bad though.
Was it Gravity Falls?
Oh, yeah.
So what?
Or, that was Cartoon Network, or is that Disney?
That's Disney. It just has the same,
yeah.
They have a similar look.
Yeah,
so
I'm
you would
looking
think
it
it would
up
be
right
Disney.
now. It's called Gravity Falls. It's
And
Cal Art all the way. Yeah.
Yeah, and they have this character called, it's
Grunkle Stan.
Great Uncle Stan, so they call him Grunkle Stan for short. So they call him Grunkle Ethan. Like they're insulting him. See, I thought, if I'm insulting, I think I came up just as a meme, calling him Frogman.
Frogman is funnier. Also, like we were goofing pre-stream and said he kind of like some pictures he looks like the Happy Merchant.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
let's be honest. If we really wanted to fucking goof on Ethan, we could make fun of the fact that he's a fucking Mormon.
Yeah.
Well, he's not. Really, I mean, he was born as one.
What
right?
they call him Jack
raised
Mormons because they don't go like they don't.
Yeah, he's not like hardcore into it or anything.
Yeah. That's like a term for him. They call like Jack Mormon.
But yeah, the thing is, I've seen them like in streams like goof about him. They ask about Mormon shit about like the special underwear and all that stuff.
What, that blanket that they put a hole in?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't know.
He answers the questions too. He's like, well, I don't know.
He's like, I don't know.
Yeah, it's kind of weird,
But apparently his dad's a practicing Mormon, but his dad's hilarious on his streams.
Yeah, so like calling him, I don't think that would like remotely piss him off.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm just saying, if we want to dunk on him, that's about the closest thing you got.
That's the closest thing you got. But
I would call him Happy Ethan.
Happy Ethan or Frogman.
Happy Ethan.
I still think Frogman's good, especially when you use it as the Frogman. Like not just Frogman, the Frogman.
Frogman bad.
Yeah, the Frogman bad. But anyway, so Gail Simone showing, once again that she don't know what she's talking about. She said, Jesus Christ, Jesus, that is bad cover copy. Holy crap. And then quoting this SJW Spider-Man, who's another person who should drop off the face of the earth. Comicsgate. The comic book industry is dying, and we can save it by emulating an era which the industry was in fact dying. No, like I said earlier while we were talking, only one company was dying. The other ones were doing fine.
Yeah, fucking DC and all the others wish it was 1995 right now.
Yeah, when everybody, when all comic artists and writers
when they could judge their comic book sales in the millions.
Yeah, riding around Porsches and shit like that. Yeah.
Well, Rob Liefeld made all his fucking money
before he left. Before Todd McFarlane left for to create Image, he said he was making $1 million per book.
Jesus.
What? I mean, like, just drawing a book?
Yeah, like if he was drawing, like, let's say The Incredible Hulk or something like that, he would make $1 million per book.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
Whoa.
Working like $150 a page now.
You're right.
And that's in a book that's like 10, 20 pages. That's it's a couple thousand, but they're not making $1 million off of fucking Squirrel Girl books anymore.
I said that dude was getting one hell of a page rate. Fuck,
Yeah, was he also coloring?
I don't know if he was coloring or not. He probably was.
He was just doing the ink and the pencil.
I would think if he's doing all that, he probably was doing the coloring. Because
I would hope, because I'm not paying anyone $1 million to do a fucking book. I don't care.
I don't care if he's I don't care if he's like writing it in his own fucking blood. I ain't giving him.
It's like, dude, I'll just draw it myself. I'll put Stickman, Spider-Man fighting Stickman Hulk. I don't give a shit.
And what I find funny about this, looking at this image where they're talking about the Jawbreakers cover, is the fact they said, wait, that is real. I mean, he's been all throughout his campaign. There's the image. I'll put it up there. This is the image they've showed throughout the entire campaign, that this is going to be the cover of the book. In what world did you not know that this was going to be the cover of the goddamn book?
And they're trying to goof on it too, because I think Ethan Van Sciver showed the alternate cover that he drew for it today.
Oh yeah, his yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
and this is like the back page also of that version of the book.
Right, but
The
this
back
is
cover.
like the standard version. This is the cover.
This is the one everyone's spending $20 is getting.
Yeah, this is the John Malin cover. Of
Mm-hmm.
course, he did the whole book inside too.
I like how they act like they could draw at all.
Right.
Like,
I mean,
she's been sprinkled on my feed a lot, and she's doing nothing but ripping on this comic.
mm-hmm.
Mostly the art.
Are you telling me that Kwanzaa, professional black man Kwanzaa, is doesn't know how to draw?
Yeah, here's the thing about like, okay, if it was just straight up bad art, okay.
Yeah.
It was like, oh, this is shit. Like Squirrel Girl stuff. I can goof on Squirrel Girl because it's very easy to do. But
yeah, I mean, this isn't
like if it was Squirrel Girl stuff, it's like, yeah, okay, this is just shit. But like this, it's not bad. It's very 90s, but that's the point.
I would say it's not. It's probably not to somebody's taste, but it's not bad. You know what I mean?
It's not bad art. It might be art you don't like, but it's not bad art.
You don't like that obnoxious like 90s art that was. Then you don't like it, but that's exactly what they're going for.
What were you going to say, Jordan? I'm interested.
Well, I was going to say it's not even that the art is bad or not to people's taste. Like the only thing I look at it and I go, man, this feels 90s as fuck. Is just how the cover is composed, like the composition of it.
Right.
But even that's not bad. It's competently done.
Right.
It's just it's not what you see in modern comics for how they're doing their covers and shit.
Right.
I don't see why they're trying to goof on it.
Well, I mean, you know why they're trying to, but like, I don't.
Yeah, I was gonna say we all know why.
Yeah, but it's one of those things. Like, if you're gonna goof on it, goof on something that's actually fucking bad or poorly constructed.
Because then they would have to goof on all their friends. That's the thing.
All right, you know what? Fair point.
Can't go hating on their buddies like that. Like, oh, this comic is terrible. Like, I was drawn by your best friend, work buddy. Oh shit, my bad, dog. You can't really be doing that stuff.
Right. I just.
But.
No,
go ahead.
Does she have any considering some of the stuff that we've seen come out from, her writing? Like I said, I know she's not an artist, but her writing. Does she really have a fucking?
Yeah, it's like if she was like an outstanding comic book writer, like some Grant Morrison type thing.
Yeah,
maybe she could get away with it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's fucking Gail Simone. What'd she call the California Handbeast? What did you say?
I call it the Californian Hand Beast. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, when's the last time Gail Simone's written anything else worth a shit?
Yeah.
It's been probably over 10 years?
Yep.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even that great to begin with?
Exactly.
Yeah, it was like
she just got there
good.
because Gail
Not
Simone.
Awesome, but good. Like,
and just for comparison, here's Ethan Van Sciver's alternate cover.
Yeah, it looks dope as hell.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's real neat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's because he couldn't the colorist that did Jawbreakers for something, he was busy and he couldn't get to it, so he got Kyle Ritter to do the colors, and I just it's a fucking amazing,
Yeah, Kyle,
yeah, that is really good.
Yeah.
I gotta man, I wish I knew Kyle beforehand, because then he's probably super fucking busy now. And, Mr.
How did they say?
Because I gotta figure out, he uses the same programs and shit I do, and I was like, how the hell do you do that?
Yeah, well, I think the best thing to do is just send him a tweet and see if he'll talk to you, man.
Send him a DM, dude.
Yeah. Send him a dick pic and see what he says.
Right. I was gonna say, Kyle, if you can hear this, but I mean, you're deaf, so you can't.
Damn dog.
If you, I'm not making it. I'm not trying to hit.
I know. He's definitely.
I was literally about to say, Kyle, if you ever hear this, but then I thought, shit. I can't. You won't.
Well, the joke is that he's working for Slim Jims in EVS's basement.
That's not a bad gig. I mean, as long as he gets fed, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
He's got a nice house in Upper Jersey or something. That's okay.
Yeah. Well, the thing that I like about it is this guy, the guy with the glowing hands.
I think their name is Knife Hands or something, right?
Knife Hands.
Yeah.
That's literally what his hands are.
You gotta admit, that's 90s as fuck right now.
That's 90s
Yeah.
shit, yeah. I think, yeah. The thing is, they're trying to goof on the book as if your boy Zach wrote it is not a goof. He knows it's a goof.
Yeah.
Like, it's supposed to be 90s action-y G.I. Joe shit. That's what it's supposed to be.
Yeah, it's supposed to be.
I just love the fact that
That's what I
character's name is Knife Hands.
Yeah. It's like his name is Knife Hands. The guy back here, in the back, the white guy in the back, his name is Silkworm. I think his name is.
What's Silkworm's power?
I don't know.
Because that's the weird name for a white guy.
Yeah. And then I don't know all the characters' names, but like this one guy's supposed to be like a preacher.
I think there's a preacher is like it's just his name or something like that, or he is a preacher.
Yeah, and I don't know the black guy's name.
Black guy.
Token.
His name is Tyrone.
Tyrone. That probably is his real name, Tyrone Jenkins.
Leroy Lowry. That's a good black guy character name. If I wrote a comic, I would name a black guy Leroy Lowry.
And does he says like it's time to make it spicy?
Yeah. So there's a lot of salt in here.
Yeah.
We should be writing comics.
Yeah. I mean, our retcon the other day was like better than fucking actual.
Oh yeah, they would. I don't know if it would increase the sales of Riri Williams because it's such a fucking stupid character, but it couldn't hurt. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
I honestly really like that her name is Riri.
Yeah, that's we. Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember that. It was like they didn't understand it's a waterhead euphemism.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
I have never heard that name not being used as an insult, so.
All right, so Gail Simone is a piece of shit.
Right.
We all agree?
Yes.
And Ethan Van Sciver might be a piece of shit. We don't know. I mean,
Frogman bad.
Yeah, Frogman
Frogman bad.
Frogman bad.
And your boy Zach is a 90s nerd.
Yeah, it's like, oh, God forbid. See, that's the thing. It's like, if I was writing books, if I could write books right now, a lot of them would probably have a 90s bent to them, because that's what I liked,
Yeah, doing like a weird ass, because that's what Jawbreakers is, like a weird ass G.I. Joe book.
Yeah.
Like that sounds awesome. Like the characters nowadays, like Spider-Man and the Wolverine, all those characters are fucking played out, and they try to do all kinds of shit with them all the time. It's just like, no, this is stupid. Miles Morales, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
I'd rather have just like, I just have like, that's the reason I latched on to the Batman White Knight, because they did something different with that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know, sort of Joker, the good guy. He's not like crazy asshole, man. He's trying to like set things straight. But it's different than I'm edgy Batman. I'm gonna fight crime. Oh, Superman's being an asshole. Oh, Wonder Woman's getting on my fucking nerves. Like every Batman book has been for the last 15, 20 years.
You don't like ornery Batman?
No, I do. It's just it gets fucking old. It's like do something different. And so people are doing things different with fucking knife hands and 90s cover art. And then these assholes are like, "Oh, look at this cover. It's stupid." Like, no, you're stupid, bitch. Get out of my face.
Get out of my face.
Very well spoken, Cap.
That's what I do. I speak well.
Fucking Florida man, setting the record straight.
Look, man, I never finished school, but I can put together a sentence. But all I can say.
Florida man good?
Florida man good.
I wish, man.
Yeah, this is something I'm gonna view image. Put up.
Well, you gotta pull something up now.
Well, no, it's just something I thought about while we were talking about this, because we were talking about Malin's art and everything. Who's doing the interiors essentially, and
he did that cover too, the original one, right?
Yeah, the original cover he did.
Okay.
Let me shrink that down and just. So there's the female character that he they put in this book, right? Of course, she has no feet because he comes from the Liefeld school.
Bitches don't eat feet, man.
Yeah,
it's fine.
Yeah, okay. But here's the funny thing. This is his own project, Graveyard Shift.
I'm
just gonna point out that they kind of have the similar build and features.
What are you trying to get at, Wayne?
I'm trying to say that John Malin draws the females the same.
Well, I mean, they're going for the comic book female. I mean, there's like a specific figure they all have.
Yeah, it's just funny how they have a similar look and a similar build. You know what I mean? Like,
well, if you go back to no.
I'm well aware. I read X-Men during the
like Jean Grey and Rogan. They all had gigantic titties and big outfit. Yeah.
Yeah.
They all essentially had the exact same body. You just changed the hair.
Let's see. Psylocke, Rogue, Storm, Jean Grey. They could all wear each other's clothes.
Yeah, they just had different hairstyles and different skin colors.
Yeah. Because they all had the same body type.
Yeah. They even essentially pretty much had the same faces. You just changed the eye color and stuff.
Changed eye color, lipstick, things like that.
Yep.
Well, Storm, it was like kind of the most stark one. It's like, well,
So, but are they hating on John Mallon's own thing?
Oh yeah, I've seen some people hating on Malin too. It's like they've this particular one they always focus on the necks. They said, look at these necks, they look so stupid,
What?
Yeah. Zoom in on those necks. I'm gonna get a better look at these.
Yeah, zoom in a little bit so I can see what you're talking about.
All right, I'm zoomed in.
It is kind of funny. She's cut off right at the feet, though.
Yeah, this one's cut off at the feet too. See?
Yes, cute.
Like he's got hands in there, and feet are hard, almost as hard to draw as hands. Cut him a fucking break.
They were really focusing on this dude who's a background character, or not? Well, at the moment.
I mean, he's got like the anatomy's
his collarbone. His collarbone and shit is kind of weird, but
yeah,
like his left shoulder should be a little more even, higher. I guess you could say.
Yeah.
So it's not the dumbest necks I've seen, though.
But it's not. Yeah, it's not like
it's not that GameStop dude with the giraffe neck.
Yeah, it's not GameStop. Yeah.
It ain't. Was that big neck man that they've that's just recently been hitting the internet?
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Did you see the video? They got like that guy, and then there's a skinny white guy with like a tiny long neck.
Yeah.
And they did like some meme videos.
And he's like, all necks matter.
All necks
matter. Yeah.
Fucking stupid.
Well, hey man,
it's funny.
The guy could have gone two ways. He could have been mad about it, or done what he's doing.
Yeah.
I was gonna say,
he could have been pissed off that everybody's making fun of, especially if it is like a birth defect condition.
Yeah. At least it's not like
some
skinny
people were saying.
or something like that.
Yeah.
My favorite thing about that black guy who's got that real thick neck, because now all these fucking ethos are after his dick. He's like, you didn't say nothing to me when I was just a big Nick motherfucker.
I'm glad he's going that route because
he ain't fucking with me.
Internet chicks though, all of a sudden the dude gets like, if I all of a sudden get 20,000 followers on Twitter, I'll have chicks slide in my DMs trying to do shit all the time, and I'm gonna be like, hey baby, what's up? I'll lead them along, and then I'll just break it to him that I'm actually gay. And
you're gonna be like, if you don't got a dick, you can't play with this.
Yeah, I know. I don't play with that shit.
If you got ladylike features, but you also got a dick, you're fucking golden. If not,
no.
Fuck out of here.
So say I just want straight up hot dudes now.
You just want bears.
I want big thick neck man.
Big thick necks.
Another thing I just noticed about this thing. You notice how, like I said, I'm not dogging him because I could never draw like this, and I think it actually looks pretty good. You notice they had like kind of both females had the sleepy eye kind of thing going on here.
That's sort of what I don't know. That's sort of a thing. That's like a default you do, honestly, when you draw like chicks.
What?
You give them like a sleepy eye, like I think not in the fake anti-Semitic way you're thinking of.
What? No, I didn't say anything.
What?
What are you talking about?
Whoa!
You remember when they were like
what
when Chuck Todd had sleepy eyes?
Oh,
and someone said that's an anti-Semitic thing.
No,
we
had no idea about that. Yeah, that was not what I was going with. I was just saying sleepy eye. Yeah.
No, but I know. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's just sort of what you do when you draw like generic.
I know what you guys are thinking of, and it's not
her
sleepy
right
eyes.
There, she kind of looks like she's trying to stay awake because she's plastered or something. Like,
go ahead.
I kind of get the effect that he's going for. I think he's trying to do like the bedroom eyes sort of thing. Try to make it look sultry. Yeah, it's called bedroom eyes. It's not working well. That brown bitch looks like she's about to fucking die.
Yeah.
Like,
that's what I'm saying. Like, they're closed. Those eyes are freaking closed. She's either high as shit.
The only thing holding her up is her stick.
Right?
And
she have very good posture for being half asleep.
Yeah. What you don't understand is those rocks, that's actually meth.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
I mean, the way he's staring at him, I'm like,
yeah, you can't see, like, it's sort of caught on the bottom, but he's licking his lips, like, I'm about to smoke this shit later.
It's going to be fucking great.
Hey, John Malin, if you ever watch this, we actually, you're a cool guy. I'm just pointing out some things. That's all.
Well, I mean, I can't draw like that, but I'm still gonna rag on other people because it's
face,
fun.
the face in the inset face, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
You know.
The only thing I don't like about comics' faces, the way they draw, is you see how their lips,
Yeah.
like the dark black outline on lips,
Well, that's just
like
the comic
the
style.
actual line art.
Yeah.
I know, but I just don't like that in general. Like,
So
I'm not hating on this version.
I don't know if you
but
can see my pointer here, but what do you think of this, Cab?
where they gotta.
So I got a question.
Yeah.
Why the fuck her arm so long? Is that bitch Stretch Armstrong? Is that what's going on here?
She's just just long armed. I don't know.
I know it's not what you were focusing on, but I'm like, I was just looking at her arms. I'm just going, those just seem real fucking long, man.
They did to me too.
Let's see.
Mostly in the her standing up facing forward. Like they don't even feel like they're that long when she's turned around.
Yeah, like that it seems like it's too. Maybe it's also because of how her fucking torso and shit is kind of constructed.
That's part of the it's the way the anatomy, like comic book anatomy, is kind of like wonky.
Mm-hmm.
It's supposed to be on purpose.
Yeah.
So sometimes the way you draw things, it sometimes comes out a little weird. It doesn't look if you hone in on it, it doesn't look right. But if you take the picture as a whole, like back out from it, it's fine.
Yeah.
Because this one, the arm seems about as long.
Yeah, they're like roughly like because her hand's in a fist, so it doesn't. And the other one's fingers are kind of long on her hands. That's what throwing it off.
Yeah.
So it looks like about the same. I mean,
they're roughly That's about where you put hands anyway. So
yeah, but it just looks really long, like you said, with that perspective and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but
also because the way their back is arched, like see the pelvis kind of like your vagina bone area. That's sort of where like your hands would be around that.
Fucking vagina bone.
Yeah.
Really?
You ever heard that thing?
It's called the pelvic bone.
No.
I'm making fun of people.
There was a term used in well, it was basically because of what like Nintendo and
it was on like the NeoGaf forums or something.
Yeah, and they would actually labeled it a vagina bone.
Yeah, like it's like horny lines.
Yeah, horny lines.
Yeah. I always wondered what the fuck are horny lines?
It's basically like like looking at this character right here. See right here where the shading is.
Yeah,
around her crotch. Those are horny lines.
Yeah, those are horny lines.
Yeah, that's just like that's basically saying this leads to the motherland. Kind of thing.
But isn't that just
what's that actually called? Because it's like the something of Venus. That's just how that shit tapers in.
I know what you're talking about. I just can't think of that term. I know.
Yeah, I just can't think of the full name. It's like
I just call it horny lines, man. Don't worry about it.
I mean, it's horny lines, but there's look. I'm gonna be fucking autistic about this. All right, God damn it.
I'm gonna be hitting on a lady later, and I'm gonna be like, baby, I want to look on your horny lines.
But on a person that's fit, those are real. Those aren't.
Yeah.
That really happens. So that shading really happens and shit. So why is it
horny lines, man? It's fine. The cabs didn't worry about it. So it's just horny lines.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
No.
No, but what I was getting back to is the way their backs are arched. They kind of their pelvis is shifted upwards a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Instead of like more straight, where like it's just, if you were just standing like a normal person, it would be the pelvis would be lower basically than it is.
Mm-hmm.
And that's sort of where it throws off the anatomy. That's why it looks kind of weird.
Let's put it this way: you could tell. I think Malin said he drew the graveyard shift up. I think he said like 2-3 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And you can see, like, in this one, the Jawbreakers thing is more recent. So you can see some improvements.
Okay.
And stuff like
that.
Yeah.
It also looks like he might have switched, like, programs, whatever he's drawing on.
Yeah, because, you look at this, it's a little more flat. I mean, it's still still good colors and everything, but you look over here and it's more vibrant.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
There's different programs that do, like, people fucking hate Photoshop for, like, actually drawing in it.
Yeah.
You can't draw for shit in it. That's why they use Clip Studio. Then they'll take the picture from Clip Studio into Photoshop and do the After Effects and coloring and stuff because it does it better.
Right.
What? It won't let me fucking type.
What do you?
Yeah, it does that sometimes. You just have to reload the thing.
What?
That's some bullshit, I know. What the hell did I walk into? You walked into Horny Line Talk, my friend, and you're our first guest. Come on down. You got any questions about horny lines and vagina bones? This is the thing, is like those kinds of people will call like people like me incels, but I guarantee fucking to you that those people have never been laid. Like people that say horny lines or vagina bones.
I guarantee.
They've never been anywhere near pussy. And I was like, dude, tell me. Oh, you like that because of the horny lines.
You need muscles?
Right? Oh, man. So, yeah, I think we covered some topics.
Yeah, we definitely covered some fucking topics tonight.
Yeah. So, yeah, basically, you don't need to, I think the moral of the story tonight is you don't need to tender your resignation to leave a hashtag and give a 2 weeks notice.
Yeah, also, if you're a scam artist, don't run scams on people on the internet because you'll eventually get found out.
Yeah, exactly. And also, don't be Gail Simone. That would be a...
Yeah, like, stay away from California, stay away from him, and stay away from beasts. Well, it's all three of those.
I say California ham beast, but I think the first term I used was California land whale.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
But either works. Either works very
What?
well.
What is in wheelchair Boomer's hand?
Bear mace.
Yeah, that's a mulatto brand bear mace, man.
Okay. Good. Well, that's better than what I thought it was.
Yeah, because
you know, I was on a pocket pussy thing. That's what it kind of looks like.
I thought it was supposed to be a racist joke, like.
Oh no.
Oh, because of mulatto's like almost.
No, he made it. Mulatto made that shit.
Yeah, I was the one who made it.
Yeah, and they just asked me to put it in his hands, and I was like, "Yeah, sure." It took me 5 minutes because I was already doing the Boomer 2049 over here.
I thought he was trying to give him black people repellent, like.
No.
I thought that was supposed to be.
Well, guess what?
Welcome to
just to let you know, the next iteration, you're going to become a wheelchair boomer.
Yeah, we're putting your wheelchair boomer when I get done.
That means that now that's what that is, because I said so. Because I'm wheelchair boomer.
Yeah, you're soon going to be wheelchair.
See what it is.
It's mulatto repellent.
You just push that button, and I just say, "Get out of here, N-word."
Yeah.
It's how you repel the black people.
Life-filled boomer win. Well, anytime.
If I could come up with like a concept of a life-filled boomer picture, like I would draw that totally, and like it's the same style as the boomers.
You just do a boomer, just don't draw the feet.
Yeah.
And there'd be no feet, and he would have like fucking 20 bandoliers on him.
Yeah, perfect. That's actually.
And he'd have like
that's
a 15
awesome.
pack.
Okay, I might take a boomer picture and just draw like bandoliers and fucking armor on him for some reason.
Oh, and make sure he's dabbing when he does it too.
Yeah.
I'll get the dabbing one.
Yeah.
All right. I'll use the dabbing one.
I don't know why the dabbing one is the funniest to me, and
it is.
Second funniest is the lawnmower boomer. I just don't know. It's just
like the dabbing, like also the little apu stages, the little weird frogs that are kind of like Pepe's.
Yeah.
The one that's dabbing is hilarious to me anytime I see it. I can't
that video you made of like him getting building up to the dab.
Oh no, I didn't make that video. That was actually Bubba posted one time. I said you have to give me that file right now. And so he gave it to me on Discord. I was like, hell yeah! And I saved it on 2 computers because it's so good.
You backed up your backup, is what you're saying?
Yes.
Good job. Put it on a
favorite one
ever, so you'll never lose it.
I'll insert it into my skin so I can be a boomer.
Into your USB drive.
Yeah. My dick USB drive.
So when you bang that mainframe, it'll come up with.
Yeah, I'll actually transfer the dabbing video into the mainframe.
Everybody's watching network TV, and next thing you know, it's just a poo getting ready to dab.
Better than most network TV.
Right?
All right. Anyway, so yeah, that was I think that's it for tonight's show. I want to say that Thursday night, I talked to them last night, and Nerd Wonder is going to join us.
Oh, cool!
Yeah, she's a cool cat. I guess almost literally because she's drawn like a cat.
Oh, we talking furry?
No, not a furry.
Oh, that's right. I need to finish.
Because I was gonna have to like
I have to bully.
Start humming the ISIS theme right then.
Well, what it was is like they have like a the Nerd Wonder. They got it's kind of like a superhero kind of persona, and
Right.
somebody drew it as a cat, and everybody loved it, and so she just kept it. So everybody thinks that
okay.
now everybody thinks Nerd Wonder's a cat. So
Yeah, for the doodle stream for her, everybody was giving her cat ears and trying to draw her as a cat.
and she's like, yeah, but that's not the real Nerd Wonder.
I'm gonna give you a new furry avatar. It's your fursona.
He commissioned Cav. He'll do it. Give him some
He'll do
money.
it,
He'll
yeah.
do it.
Dude, you got $60? I'll do it.
Yeah.
I'm giving it to
you know what?
little avatar that's talking right now. Actually, she did that for me for my birthday like last year. So I'm giving her furry in return.
Oh yeah, I got to touch on something. Something Josh from Super Nerdland sent us earlier. There was a person who was I could go into more detail about them tomorrow, but there was a person who was, I guess they were trying to get a job at writing or drawing a comic book, and it turned out it wasn't a comic book. It was more of an advertisement, and they wanted him to draw. How many was like 20 pages of this? In 4
no!
days.
You're talking about that Rizzy Draws person.
Yeah.
It's a tweet, and they wanted them to draw 30 pages.
Draw 30 pages in 4 days
for
170
$100. 170. Yeah, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, exactly.
100%.
Not only draw, color them.
Yeah, drawn and colored in 4 days, and they were only going to give $170 for the whole thing.
I would have just said, you give me $170 per page, we can talk about it. But
yeah, like I'm not even like really good at drawing or anything, and I can easily pull $170, couple pages.
Yeah,
it would not take me 30 pages to get 170. It'd take me like 2 or 3, maybe. To get that much money.
That's a ridiculous. And anybody who falls, I hope nobody falls for that, because that's. And I want to get the name of the company so we can, put them on blast.
Yeah. You find that people, because I want to call this bullshit out, because like.
Mm-hmm.
That's the one thing, like getting into the drawing. People are like, oh, it's just once you draw me a free picture, you can draw. I was like, yeah, no, that's not. Fucking shit's hard, dude. It's not how it works.
Yeah, no, that was a crummy deal.
So if if anybody can like directly contact her, and ask her who it was, I would love to put them on blast for that.
I think that Rizzy Draws is a dude, just really gay dude.
I don't care.
Don't misgender here. Sir, come on.
You've determined something, but the fact is, I don't care.
I mean, yeah, their bio does say degenerate femboy trap. So
yeah, well,
okay.
So what you're saying is, I need to get Scrump to ask them.
Yeah, I guarantee you, Scrump has them on speed dial somewhere.
Probably. I think this person's from like Indonesia or some shit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, they're like in the middle of nowhere kind of thing.
Yeah. Well, anyway, like I said, I just wanted to touch on that, and hopefully I have some more information about that tomorrow. But yeah.
I would love to.
Yeah. So everybody have a good night. And everybody have a good night, and we'll see you tomorrow. Later.